Welcome to Real Talk English.
Social media dominates the world and is largely unregulated and actively promotes and amplifies lies and conspiracies over the truth.
Have you ever been scrolling online, seen a photo, and just had that feeling like, wait a minute, is that actually real?
I contend that we are in a global war for truth.
Well, today, we're going to dive into a really fascinating TED Talk by Hany Farid. He's an expert who can tell the difference.
I am by training an applied mathematician and computer scientist. I've spent the last 30 years developing technologies to analyze and authenticate digital images and digital videos.
We're going to break down how to spot these AI-generated photos, and of course, pick up some powerful English along the way. Okay, let's get right into it. Hany Farid kicks off his talk with a photo kind of like this one, and he asks a really simple but super important question. Is it real? I mean, this isn't just a game. The lives of 4 soldiers could actually depend on getting the right answer.
So this speaker, Hany Farid, he's a computer scientist who spent the last 30 years figuring out what's real and what's fake online. In this explainer, we're going to walk through his talk. First, the chilling problem he sets up. Then, the bigger picture, this war for truth. After that, we'll get into how we can find fakes. Then, what we can all do about it. And finally, we'll wrap up with your English takeaway.
To show us just how serious this is, the speaker puts us right in the middle of a high-pressure situation. He wants you to imagine you're a military leader, and you see a photo that could literally be a matter of life and death for your team. So he starts with this really intense scene, and the key expression he uses right away is chilling message. It just perfectly captures that feeling of dread, doesn't it? You know how the word chilling literally means to make something cold? Well, here it's about that cold feeling you get when you're really scared. So a chilling message isn't just bad news. It's the kind of news that sends a shiver down your spine, like a ghost story.
And that one chilling message, well, it turns out that's just the tip of the iceberg. As Farid explains, this is all part of a much, much bigger problem. It is getting incredibly hard to know what's real and what's fake online anymore.
And this right here is the heart of the issue. Modern AI is just so good, so powerful, that the pictures it makes are, as he says, almost indistinguishable from reality.
So if 2 things are indistinguishable, they're so alike you just can't tell them apart. Think of identical twins. Sometimes they're completely indistinguishable from each other. In this case, he's talking about AI photos looking just like the real thing.
And this example really shows you the danger. This technology isn't just for fun pictures. It can be used to spread really harmful stuff, like fake videos of doctors promoting what he calls bogus cures. Bogus is such a great word. It's an informal way to just say fake or not real. So bogus cures are fake medical treatments that don't just not work, they can be incredibly dangerous.
So what's his main point in all this? He says it very, very strongly. When he says, I contend, he's using a really powerful and formal word to state his argument.
Yeah, to contend is a more formal way of saying you're arguing something or stating a belief you hold very strongly. So when Hany Farid says, I contend, he's making it crystal clear that this isn't just an opinion, it's a serious, well-thought-out argument. Okay, so we get it. The problem is huge, it's serious. But here's the good news. We are not helpless. Let's take a look at how experts like Hany Farid can actually spot the fakes. First off, it helps to kind of understand how these images are even made. See, AI doesn't see the world like you and I do. It learns by taking billions of real images, breaking them down into what's basically just random static or noise, and then teaching itself how to reverse that process, how to build a clear image out of that noise based on a text prompt. So, because AI doesn't actually understand the laws of physics, it makes mistakes. Farid points out 3 key clues we can look for. First, the random noise in an AI photo often has this weird artificial star-like pattern. Second, the geometry is often all wrong. Things called vanishing points just don't line up. And third, the shadows can be totally impossible, like the light is coming from 2 places at once.
For instance, that weird star-like pattern in the noise, the speaker calls that a telltale sign. That's a great expression. A telltale sign is a dead giveaway, that one little clue that reveals the truth. It's like seeing chocolate on a kid's face. That's a telltale sign they've been eating cookies.
Now, that second clue, it's all about geometry. A vanishing point is a basic rule in art and in physics.
I mean, think about looking down a long, straight road or some railroad tracks. The two parallel lines look like they get closer and closer and finally meet way off in the distance, right? That spot is the vanishing point. Well, AI often messes this up, and the lines in its images just don't meet where they should. So we know it's possible for the experts to spot these fakes. But what about the rest of us? What can you and I do? Well, in this next part, the speaker gives us 4 really clear rules that we can all follow.
Here they are, plain and simple. First, trust that experts are building tools to help. Second, start looking for these new things called content credentials. They're like a label that proves where an image actually came from. Third, and this is a huge one, do not get your news primarily from social media. And fourth, the one we can all start doing right now, just pause and think before you share.
He uses some really strong language to warn us about social media, saying it's riddled with lies. That's a really powerful way to put it. So let's break down what that expression means.
Yeah, if something is riddled with problems or lies, it means it is absolutely full of them. It's like a piece of old wood that's just riddled with holes from insects. So when he says social media is riddled with lies, he means it is packed with bad information. All right, we have covered so much ground: the problem, the science behind spotting fakes, and what we can actually do about it. Now let's wrap it all up with the big idea and review all the great English we learned today. Hany Farid ends his talk with this incredible metaphor: we're at a fork in the road. This expression is perfect. It means we're at a point where a massive choice has to be made. It's that moment where the path we decide to take is going to change everything that comes after. So, let's do a quick recap of all the awesome expressions we covered. The big takeaway here is that even though AI fakes are a really serious problem, we're not powerless. We can learn the telltale signs, and most importantly, we can all be a lot more responsible about what we share online. We can help in this war for truth. Now that you've learned these key words and ideas, go check out the original TED Talk and put your listening skills to the test. If you found this explainer helpful, please give us a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more Real Talk English. Thanks for watching.